This is the 30 Days to Sell Cars podcast. In this episode, we are continuing our review of the sixth stage of the customer acquisition formula with part 2 of choosing your tactics and my stacking stratagem. In part 1, we talked about the 3 dimensions of winning tactics, and in this episode, I'm showing you how to stack them together to increase your growth dramatically. So you really don't want to miss this episode. Hi, my name is Sean Casey, and today we are continuing our journey down the rabbit hole of automotive tactics with a strategy to help you combine winning tactics. If you've done the action steps in the previous section, you should now have a brand new collection of potentially winning tactics ready to test drive. Now, I have voluntarily used the word potentially to emphasize the fact that until you've run a tactic in the real world and had a chance to evaluate its profitability against the dollars in, dollars out model, it's critical that you keep in mind that your initial assessment of the tactic is only theoretical. This is not a bad thing. You should be proud. You've done some groundwork that most dealerships and automotive sales professionals will never do. Most dealers I know throw everything at the wall to see what sticks, then cross their fingers and hope nothing will backfire. In your case, your careful analysis examining the 3 dimensions of winning tactics will have helped you choose better tactics, will have provided you with a map to help you improve the quality of their components, and a system to help you get more results, aka hot buyers and deals, out of their execution. In other words, you have minimized the risk of using the tactics while maximizing your chances of big results. Now it's time to evaluate their profitability. Do they generate more net revenue than the money you need to put in to make it work? If the tactic does, you should use it and scale it until it reaches its level of maximum velocity. If it doesn't, and you've done everything you could to increase the quality of its component and its ability to funnel leads, kill it. This is really important. Never fall in love with a tactic. No matter how exciting or promising it might be, if it's not profitable, or at the very least allows you to break even, get rid of it. On the other hand, it's worth repeating, if a tactic is profitable, don't stop using it. Scale it to the end. Too often, I see dealers or automotive sales professionals switching tactics every month because they work based on a budget instead of working based on the profitability of individual tactics. The thinking goes like this. Spending $3,000 helps me sell 5 to 6 vehicles using tactic A, while the same $3,000 helps me sell 12 to 15 vehicles using tactic B. Since my budget is $3,000, I choose tactic B. Or if you want to get into more details, tactic A, 5 times $1,800, we'll call it the average front and back gross, equals $9,000, minus the $3,000, which is the cost of the tactic, will equal $6,000 profits. Tactic B, 12 times $1,800 average front and back gross, equals $21,600 minus the $3,000, which is the cost of the tactics, will equal $18,600 in profits. What they fail to realize is that both tactics are profitable. There's no doubt that tactic B is way more profitable by 3 times, but should you leave the $6,000 in profit available using tactic A because it produces less than tactic B? Well, absolutely not. What you should do instead is to start stacking tactics. That's how you prudently grow your sales and your profits. You can start with the most profitable tactic first, launch, execute masterfully, iterate the tactic to adapt to your environment, and scale it until it reaches its level of maximum velocity, which is the point where adding money to the tactic won't increase return. Here's an example with a Facebook ad campaign. Let's say $10 a day budget equals 1 lead. $15 a day budget equals 2 leads. $20 a day budget equals 3 leads. $25 a day budget equals 4 leads. $30 a day budget, 4.2 leads. $35 a day budget, 4.3 leads. You see, the tactic reached its point of maximum velocity between $25 and $30 a day. After that, it is in the proverbial red zone. Once the initial tactic is in place, you have iterated its execution to a point where its components are of ideal quality, the leads funnel freely, and you have reached a point of maximum returns. Then it's time to stack a new tactic on top of the first one. Then repeat the process until you have a stack of carefully chosen, profitable tactics, all working simultaneously to help you predictably and consistently funnel quality leads to your sales team so that you can reach your goal. Now it's time to measure everything. At this point, it will be critical for you to implement a system so you can stay on top of your metrics. There are plenty of great software to allow you to do this, but a simple Excel spreadsheet uploaded as a Google Doc or to your favorite cloud platform will also do the work. For each tactic, you will want to quantify on a scale of 1 to 10 the quality of the 4 components, which are copy, knowledge, tools, and work, so you can track where there's a place for improvement. You will also want to track investment, daily, weekly, or monthly based on the tactic, how many subscribers, leads, or hot leads you generate, how many deals you close from the leads and hot leads, and finally, what is the average gross revenue from the deals you close. Do this weekly for each tactic and don't bundle up your data or you won't be able to identify tactics that are losing steam or that need your attention. Now, this is important. Keep in mind entropy is inevitable. Without constantly measuring, care, and nurturing, the execution of your tactics and their components will fail into gradual decline and disorder. It's so much easier and cost efficient to carefully and diligently measure than to lose deals you can't track and see profitable revenue streams dwindle. Remember, every tactic should stand on its own feet, aka be profitable. If a tactic is unprofitable or doesn't break even, kill it. Never finance a losing tactic with the revenue from a winning one. Always strive to improve the quality of the components of the individual tactics, which are copy, knowledge, tool, and work. Remember the concept of entropy. Things will get less and less efficient and organized if you leave them unattended. Finally, keep track weekly for each tactic of their investments, subscribers, leads, deals, and gross income. Here are your action steps. Create an Excel spreadsheet to help you track 1. The quality of the 4 components, copy, knowledge, tools, and work. 2. The investments, daily, weekly, or monthly, based on the tactics. How many subscribers, leads, and hot leads you generate. How many deals you close from the leads and hot leads. And finally, what is the average gross revenue from the deals you close. Once that's done, launch what you believe to be the most profitable tactics from the list in the previous steps and track its profitability. Iterate its execution to a point where the copy, knowledge, tool, and work are of ultimate quality and increase your investment in the tactic until you reach the point of maximum returns. Then stack a new tactic on top of the first one and repeat the process. Track the performance of each tactic on your spreadsheet. Here's a book recommendation I would like to make, but it's a little bit more advanced than the other books that I've suggested in the previous steps of the customer acquisition formula. It's called The Ultimate Sales Machine, and it's from Chet Holmes. If you want to master the 12 essential skills and the relentless focus that will allow you to put together the ultimate stack of tactics, I recommend you take the time to read The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. If not, just go back to .com Secrets, which I think was my last recommendation. If you haven't finished that book, start with that first. Quick recap before we end. Do you agree that iterating tactics until they produce the maximum return and then stacking them one on top of the other is a powerful and strategic way to grow your sales and revenues prudently? Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you will be back for more great automotive content to help you build your automotive customer acquisition machine. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify so you don't miss the next episodes. Make sure also to leave me a few comments on the content I shared with you today. I'm curious to get your feedback on how you're planning to use my stacking stratagem and which winning tactics you intend to use to help you sell more cars. In the next episode, we will get into stage 7 of the customer acquisition formula and talk about generating more leads. If you want to talk to more prospects and increase the number of opportunities you have to sell more cars, you're not going to want to miss the show's next episode. Until then, I wish you a great week. Remember, we only have 30 days to sell cars when the month starts, and we probably have less than that if you look at your calendar now. So like I love to say, let's sell some cars.